What's good, YouTube land? That weird collector here. Ignore this going on, but yeah, we're still doing the Lightning Collection. It's the Blue Psycho Ranger. Who saw that coming? Well, I guess you did if you saw Bandai's version. Yeah. God knows I didn't expect to find this. Expected to get red or gold Beast Morphers next, but oh well. Here's a good shot of the figure with his accessories, the nice artwork. I just noticed a common thing of just holding it here. Here, let's do it on this side. Which the artwork continues over to the side, and on the other side, which is what I've realized is if you put two of the boxes together, you get a full picture in a specific way. And on the back, him holding his mighty axe. Just one picture with a lightning bolt behind him. It's amusing to me, or at least, I don't know if amusing is the word, but it's interesting that this gets released, but I think before this, the red, the 2-pack with the red Lost Galaxy Ranger, which for some reason was not the Space Ranger, but they did fight the Lost Galaxy Rangers in a team-up because of reasons. Those were released, and now, right now, in October, there was a graphic novel released of the Psycho Rangers, the Psychopath. I just put two and two together on that name. And there was also a brand new green one. If you haven't read the Power Rangers comics, they introduced a green Psycho Ranger in a different story. Is this a porn star mustache? You let me know in the comments whenever this gets uploaded. I should upload this before I stream again. Just alright. We'll see. Okay. Yeah. There's the inside of the box. Here's Psycho Blue. Let's get his effect part. Let's get him out of there. That is attached to his hand. Okay. So here's Psycho Blue. Backstory is, well, they were called the Neji like Rangers in Japan, which was like something, I forget, I don't remember the translation of Neji. Something to do with evil, but they were the Psycho Rangers because they were introduced in Space as basically just evil versions of the Rangers. Like, we're smarter than you, we're faster than you, we're strong. Like, it's just like the equivalent of that Kanye West song, harder, better, faster. I don't remember how the lyrics go, but like that was their phrase. Is like, we're stronger than you, we're faster than you, we're smarter than you, but we're evil. That was like most of the phrase. And they proved a hassle throughout the rest of the In Space until they were finally defeated. They each had, this was their basic humanoid form. They could take on disguises as regular people to hide amongst the regular people and scope out for the Rangers. Because each one was color coded to hate the one that shared their color. So like Neji Blue hated the blue, red on red, all that. They were obsessed with destroying the same color, basically. Except they're kind of inverted colors, because the Space Rangers, here. I have a small version of the In Space Red Ranger from the Super Mega Force Legacy toy line. You can see they're kind of inverse. Like, he's very, like, main color red with some white highlights and a bit of black there. But, like, main color forward. Well, these guys are, yeah, as I said, the inverse. They're mainly black, but with their individual color as highlights, highlighting their mask, shoulder pads, and the upper torso. A little bit of the crotch, along with the side plates, and some white accents. And they have it's obvious, you can tell that, what am I trying to say is, the Neji Ranger influence is there because they have an N as their belt buckle, when these guys, how well can you say, they actually, that's not an email, that's an M, it's supposed to be an M for Mega Ranger, because they were the Mega Rangers in Japan. And they also have carry over detail wise, like the black part of the helmet where like their individual symbol shows up is kind of represented right there in the forehead crest. But yeah, they're just evil versions of the Rangers, and it's cool that they've gotten their own toys. Only 2 of them so far. Bandai was doing the pink and yellow before they were bought by Hasbro, but the Legacy collection kind of some designs were better, but I've done reviews of those figures. They're not best. I prefer these because they're more articulated and they just have better joints, in my opinion. Speaking of which, articulation, head is on a classic ball joint, swivel, up and down, not much side to side. He did fight I think they did fight the Magna Defender because they fought the In Space and Galaxy Rangers in a team up episode. So I can see why these two. And looking at the size of his head, I think I mentioned this in his video. Also, he's been fighting a lot because he's got chip paint now. But the helmets are a good oversize where they cover up the neck, which is actually like a good look, as opposed to just being, say, oversized where you can see the neck. Like, there's a difference here. It's hard to describe why, like, these oversized heads, they are a bit oversized compared to, like, well, again, look at that. You can see their full neck, their helmet. Like, I'm considering these oversized when comparing it to something like this, because that's how Power Ranger helmets tend to be, very streamlined. Do I have any other guys? I don't feel like showing examples, but yep. Shoulder articulation, nice free range. This is softy, a little bit of squishy. It's softy? It's soft, a little bit squishy plastic. Just give you a shot of his back there. So you can get full range, and we'll get out of the way. You do have a forward and backwards butterfly swivel. You get a faux ratcheted shoulder, which is kind of hard to use. It's a lot easier to use it up this way, because if you try and do it forward, it just uses the butterfly joint. The butterfly joint goes instead. Bicep swivel, double jointed elbows on the faux ratchets again. There's quite a bit of detail, this guy. I was looking at it, like, I like how they put in a lot of texture to his suit to make it look like not just pristine. Like, his helmet looks kind of like, has that plasticky look like a helmet does, but the suit is kind of rough and textured, kind of like leather, or kind of like leather, something like that, which is cool. Yeah, it's doing the double elbow. And he does have the wrist swivel and hinge. Your waist, you've got backwards, you've got that much motion. I didn't show the full range of motion in the Magna Defender because I forgot about it. But you can go all the way back, all the way forward, due to a hinge right here and separating. Like, you can do that, which looks odd. He does have a swivel right there. He also can go. I think it's a ball joint because you can go along with that joint right there. Nothing right here though, because the swivel is up here. The waist joint is up, an upper torso joint. Hips can go forward all the way. Back, you have to kind of get around the butt flap. Thighs, do you have that swivel? They can be swiveled. Double jointed knees. You know, just the you got a boot swivel down here, along with your ankle joint and a toe joint. So you can go break his toe and go all the way down. I'm not even looking at the camera, I'm looking at him. All the way up. And he has a permanent effect part hand, which is hilarious. I expected it to be removable. But yeah, no, it's permanent. He's got a permanent kind of giving like bleh, force lightning. That's what he's doing. He's doing force lightning right here. I'm not going to do the infinite power thing. I'm not going to do the Palpatine thing. He can also hold it up. Like, that kind of looks odd. Horatio, wherefore art thou, Horatio? Yeah. Let's give him a better hand. Let's give him a... He only comes with 2 hands right here. I'll show his other things in a second. He's got a punchy fist for the left hand, so we'll put that there. Give him his fist. And he's got a weapon holding hand for the other arm. And that hand, that hand can hold the Neji axe, I believe it was called. It's probably the Psycho axe, but it's a very twisted version of Mega Blue's weapon, because that's what their other thing was. They twisted the weapons along with the suit designs, and it goes in his head. Hand slides in. It's made out of slightly bendy plastic, but a little bit firmer, and it's got his blue accents. It's got a blade of. Its blade is blue, or maybe that's like an energy rating off it. Who knows? Maybe he's a Dr. Manhattan, or he has a Dr. Manhattan axe. You definitely don't want him axing you a question, because he's not going to axe. He's just going to axe your arm from your body. Yeah, there's actually a where is it? A Neji Ranger symbol right in the middle where the 2 axes. There's an N. Can I get a? You can kind of see it right there. It's a twisted version of Mega Blue's weapon, a dual-bladed axe, because that's definitely what an axe needs. It needs a secondary blade, but it does look cool and very twisted. Like I don't want to say twisted metal, but like it does look very evil. It has like that kind of evil look to it, and it kind of has that. Shut up. It has that thing where if you spin it, it looks like the spirals. I love that the gimmick with, like, it's not a gimmick, but it's always been a trick to my eye to make it look like it's spiraling. I do that with anything I pick up. At least I did as a kid with things that spiral, just to look at that effect. I love it. Oh, and his other thing is an effect part for this axe. So it's kind of odd. I don't remember where it goes on, but it just kind of goes on. I'm not exactly sure about that. something like that, where I guess it's an impact, like he hit something, like he struck a piece of metal or something, and there's a little bit of room in his hand for it to do that. It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't have a picture of it on the box. It does have the In Space logo right there, which is better than just the Lightning Collection In Space Psycho Blue with the Hasbro. But yeah, overall, another good Lightning Collection. Like, I don't have any issues with him. He's fairly solid. I've heard horror stories of some of this, well, I guess check your Twitter threads and whatnot to see what issues people have had with these guys. But overall, this one's solid. It's a good, well articulated figure of a bad guy, and like we're getting surprisingly more bad guys than I expected. Like we've gotten Lord Zed, Goldar, a Putty, which is stupid in an exclusive 2-pack. We've got Psycho Red. So many bad guys in this line, which is nice. Like we really need more bad guys, because who else are your Power Rangers gonna fight? Each other? That gets boring after a while. They need to fight bad guys. And that's a really odd looking effect part. Yeah. I mean, it's hard for me to not recommend every single toy in the Lightning Collection. Because if you've been collecting, it's like if you're my age and you grew up with Power Rangers, like these are like the line to get. Like, sure, I could get the simplified Beast Morphers toys for kids, and people love those. I'm not taking away from them. Like, if you prefer those, then go for those. But if you want random other characters, and like they're doing they're like the stuff they're doing is pretty ridiculous, and I think it's worth it. Really, I think these guys are worth it, and you should pick them up. And they can make cool desk toys if you don't want to play with them. Just like you can put them in a good pose. But, I'm not that good with posing. It just he looks a little lumberjacky. But I'm rambling. But yes, I recommend Psycho Blue. So thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed, and leave your best mustache comments down below. But until next time, keep it weird. Bye.